Hello and welcome to the Goal Line Conversations TV. Today we have a. Oh, you're not a special guest anymore. You are a frequent guest now at this point, and I'm always excited to have you back. It's Toju, you know him, you know his channel on the World Actor podcast. You know what he does. So guys, give him a follow. I'll put his link of content in the description below. So click on it, subscribe. I've loved a lot of the series that he's dropped lately. Obviously, life changes, so he's gonna be coming back soon. So I know he's prepping something. So told you, welcome back to the channel. Let's know what's going on with you. Speak to our
Appreciate it. Of course, of course. Don't forget, Liverpool fan. So current champion of England.
uh,
I noticed
course,
that you skipped that part, but don't
conveniently,
worry. Yes, no,
conveniently,
but
inconveniently.
yes, no. We know history cannot be erased that quickly. Don't worry.
Okay, okay,
But
okay.
yeah, thanks for having me here, man.
Awesome, 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 awesome. Thanks for coming on, and yeah, pretty excited for today's agenda. Let's get right into it. So today we're just going to be going over the match reactions over the weekend. We're going to go over some of the literally news that are dropping as we speak. So like we're not only coming here, we're giving you hot, fresh content, and let's get right into this. So obviously, the first thing on the agenda is to talk about the Liverpool game. First of all, football is back. Can we just celebrate that for a second? Football is back, bro. I missed it, bro. I missed that. I missed it. Literally, bro. I'm going on Twitter and I'm like refreshing for like transfer dopamine to like just like somebody just sign somebody. Let me see what's going on. Let me start envisioning how that team is going to get laid out. So I'm tired of looking at transfer rumors. I'm ready for actual football. And honestly, by Saturday, I just kept scrolling from one football channel to the other. My wife was like, "Oh, are we going out or not?" I'm like, "Until 2 o'clock, we are not going anywhere. Oh. Sorry, football is back. Like until the last match finishes, Premier League, then I can go out." We didn't go out until almost 4.
Wow.
I, I switched from Premier League to Bundesliga because they were doing the Bundesliga Super Cup. Then I sneaked in some La Liga too because La Liga
Mm.
2 started like Barcelona. So I really enjoyed football being back. All right, let's get into it. Liverpool versus Dortmund. Let me know what your thoughts are about the match. Like, how did you feel like some of your signings kind of fared well in that game?
So I I think it was best case scenario in terms of how they performed in that all the new signings did well.
Mm.
The goals conceded weren't fault of the new signings,
Yeah.
so it's not so nobody can point fingers to them.
Mm.
The substitutions kind of baffled me, but listening to like some of the press conference stuff afterwards, it said some of it clear. I think Frimpong had like a hamstring thing that was about to start flaring up, so they took him out. And speed is his thing.
Oh,
So
okay. Okay.
yeah, and then Kirkez had a yellow card, so I think Wirtz was they brought something forward for him, Chiesa, so that made more sense.
Mm.
And Ekitike, that one,
Yeah.
he's still building up match fitness in
Match
England.
fitness.
So all of them made sense in context, but while watching, none of them made sense. I was like, why are you taking them off? What? But yeah, I I like that it wasn't a stroll in the park at the end
Mm.
because I the last thing I want is complacency.
Mm.
I want us to have our foot on their neck, like this the the bombshell that just dropped is another thing that is supposed to be gingering Liverpool fans and it's supposed to be giving the board that impetus to do more. So
Mhm.
I obviously I would have preferred something less heart pounding, but in the grand scheme of things, it lets you know what we were missing.
Yeah.
So Gravenberg was missing because he was missing
Yeah.
due to suspension. I don't think would have been that susceptible to fast breaks like
Uh,
transition goals.
yeah. And also, he had a kid recently, right? I think
Yeah, no,
he.
but that's why he missed the charity shield. But
Oh, Charity Shield. Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
but
The
for Premier
suspension
League,
time was missing the game. Okay.
yeah, he missed this one due to suspension, a red card from last season.
Mm.
So it's there wasn't that much balance, but these things
Yeah,
happen.
I saw that in your midfield. Like, at one point I was like, is there anybody in that midfield? Because the way Semenyo just ran from like his half to like literally to you, that second goal, I was like, did everybody in the midfield just forget what they were supposed to be doing, or did everybody just say let's cry and get like 3-1 or something like that?
So you know what was going on there. The midfield was defending as the midfield was playing as if Kirkes and Frimpong were on the field. So those are the people that have the legs to get
The
back.
legs to come get back.
Not
Oh,
not,
okay.
not Endo and Robertson. No,
Mm.
those ones are not getting back in time. But yeah.
Okay. That's interesting. You talked about the new signings. One person in particular I wanted to get your thoughts about. How did you feel Wirtz played? In my opinion, he played well. I could see why he's the kind of player he is. But one of the things that I realized is that I think as a player of his stature coming into the Premier League, you're going to have to bulk, not rather bulk up, but like you have to be mindful of how physical the Premier League is. Because I felt like he definitely felt that very quickly. Like even there was once Semenyo boys, I'm like, move, man. It's like, what are you doing out here? And even I think was it Soboslai or somebody no McAllister was like it was about to like get him back and stuff like that. And other than that, I think Frimpong needs to be mindful of just like bombing forward. He has to remember that he's not in a back three anymore. He's in a back four. So I think he's used to like I'm a wing back. So I just my job is midfield. I come and defend, but like from midfield to just bombing. He has to be careful about that. But like you said, they played well. The only person that I said that probably caught my attention in the sense that um he didn't play as impressive as the rest of the other new signings that you mentioned was Wirtz because he had like a lukewarm game sort of, and I guess they were based on the expectations that are so many people are placing on him, price tag and everything. That's the one person. So I wanted to get your thoughts about how he performed.
So I look at him like you mentioned, like he's not there's a tendency to think that he needs to bulk up.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
look at him as having the same frame now as Coutinho.
yeah. Continue.
Coutinho
That's
didn't need to bulk up, but he knew he had to move faster. He
yeah.
knew he had to be a step ahead.
Mm,
And Wirtz, this is his first real game speed in the Premier League. So it's not like he's being dropped into Aston Villa. He's being dropped into a team of stars. So
mm.
his 7 out of 10 isn't going to stand out here.
Yeah.
Like there were a lot of 8 out of 10s for like the first 60 minutes. Like obviously it didn't like things sort of fell off the rails later. But
Mm,
he wasn't he wasn't like this shining light on the team because you're coming into the Premier League champions. So
mm,
like you have to be quality to get in. I
yeah.
think people just felt that he would separate himself so far from everybody else,
Mm,
and that can still come. I just don't think it's realistic. I mean, it would be nice to see it on day one, but I don't
yeah.
think it's realistic. Seeing that Salah had a fairly quiet game by his standards,
Oh yeah. He
and he still like created how many chances and then
and he still
scored.
scored a goal.
Yeah, so it's like that's what he's walking into. Like, so that's considered a quiet game from Salah. So we like, and I mean, he still had technically it was the assist for Ekitike, but like he did well. Uh, I think when they tell you about game speed, even when you're going from practice to game or from one league to another, it's
Mm,
different when you are in the middle of it. And
mm,
whatever they prepared him for, even in behind door friendlies or preseason, it's never the same as okay, league don't start.
mm.
It's never the same. So he has seen it now. So all those things where they're telling him you have to be faster, it's also maybe him pressing a little bit. And the skill is there, the brilliance is there.
Yeah, absolutely.
The moments are going to be there. So I'm not bothered. I'm not worried by him at all. At all.
Mm. Okay, okay. I see your thought. I definitely I see your reasoning on that. And like you said, uh, he didn't look like a fish out of the water. Definitely, like he looked like he understood. He needs to be adjusted to the speed of the game. It needs to be much faster in his decision making. Like you're not gonna get enough as much time as you get in the Bundesliga. You need to be like punching, like, and you make a decision quick, like. So that's definitely something he needs to get used to. Unfortunately, one of the incidents I wanted to talk to you about was obviously the Semenion racism situation. I want you to get your thoughts about how you feel the Premier League reacted and how fast they reacted to it. Because typically in the past, we find out a lot of these things like after the game. It's after the game we start finding out, oh, this happened and this, and they're going to do a long investigation. And then, like, 3 weeks later, they'll say, oh, they arrested the person or something. But what were your thoughts about how it was handled and how quickly they were able to move based off of that incident?
So it's funny. I distinctly remember the actual interaction itself in real time.
Oh,
So
wow. Oh, I
yeah,
didn't catch
so I was so like it's my team, so I'm watching intently, and I see him about to take the throw, and someone in a wheelchair says something to him,
it.
and then he turns back, and the guy says it again. So I just thought because it wasn't like a one time thing, I thought it was something playful
Okay.
because it was like he said something, Semenyo responded, and then he said something again. So I thought it was just like playful banter
That's
or maybe like good job or just something along those lines.
Mhm.
And then 2 minutes later, the game was stopped.
Mm,
So it wasn't until later that it was now traced back to that.
yeah.
So obviously, like I'm not one of those tribalistic. Oh, Liverpool can do no wrong.
Okay, I like that. Yeah,
It's
definitely.
yeah, no, it's not any of that.
Mm,
But what is encouraging to me is just how fast like all of these big Liverpool pages came out and condemned the act. It
oh,
was
that's good.
like we're not making any excuse,
Mm,
and it was it's very complicated because you are it's someone in a wheelchair discriminating against someone, and it's
yeah,
like
like that was a bit like ironic. It's like,
yeah, it's like you are part of a marginalized group and you're doing that here. Like the only reason why you have that much access to him or that proximity to him
mhm,
is because they are making considerations for you because of your
accommodation for
wheelchair.
you. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like it was it almost felt like we're in a simulation. Like you're using your access to cause wahala
Mm,
when I'm sure you have felt so much discrimination
mm,
based on your situation.
mm,
And immediately there were calls for he was escorted out
yeah.
like because so one of the reasons for the delay apparently is that the stewards can't be the ones that can accompany him out. It has to be police. Yes,
Oh,
it has to be police. So
that's interesting.
yeah, so that was one of the things that caused the delay. So it like people around him heard what he said,
Hmm.
and the stewards they were like, we literally have no
Just
authority.
oh,
All
you're
we
talking.
can do, yeah, all we can do is alert the police and
Mm.
let them come and get him. And apparently, this is not the first time he has said something that has that has stepped over the lines. Again, they're accommodating him because he's in a wheelchair.
Mm.
But at this point, it was just like
That's too much.
it's too much. Like there was
Too
even
much.
an announcement over the PA. Couldn't make out what was said, but it was like, they use like special codes when they need something to be done. Like you hear
Yeah.
like Operation Anfield exercise, like things
Mm,
like that. So they
mm.
mentioned something, and then that's when he was escorted. So it's sad that it's still something like that. It's even like why like your team was up at that point. Like
I don't even get it.
what is
What
going
did the guy
on?
do to you?
What is going on? Like even
What
if
did
your team
he
is
do to
up,
you?
not even justification. But like I can understand like if you're racist, like that's like frustration. That's what. But like, what do you have to be frustrated about? Like your team was up. Like I guess I I mean far be it for me to want to step into the mind of a racist. I'm not. I don't want, especially when it's one of our own African brethren. Like
Mm.
nah, like what like I'm I'm happy with how everyone stepped up. So
Yeah.
there were statements from Van Dijk,
Mm.
there were statements from other players. Obviously, the team couldn't say anything because all they could say that what an investigation was ongoing.
Oh, God.
So like in England, things happen very differently. Like
Mm.
once there's an investigation, the commenting has to be kept to a minimum
Mm.
because they feel like their comments can sway opinion.
That's true. That's
Yeah,
true. That's
yeah.
true.
So but they didn't try to sweep it on the rug. They mentioned that there was an incident and we all knew what the incident was based on the
Yeah.
reporting from everyone else. So
Mm.
I appreciate that there was swift decision, like you said. It wasn't 3 week uh, investigation and then he's banned for 6 months. No,
Mm.
immediately he was banned from Liverpool, Anfield for life, and I
Yeah.
think he has received like countrywide ban. I believe
Yeah,
is what I
yeah,
heard.
that's what I saw in the news also. It's like
Hmm.
he's not allowed to go into any football ground. And I was like, honestly, that's what you deserve when you just act in a very brainless and just lack of humanity. Like, why? Just enjoy the game. Like, footballers take so much abuse, but like when you come after anything that has to do with their race, their skin color, like just so many things. Some people take so much stuff. They take like you are ass, you are horrible, you're like they take it all because they just understand that that's the passion of the game. But when you come after things that are so triggering, like and things that are so dear to them, like just it's not needed. It's not needed. All right, that's good. I love that. I love the studio, and I really hope that the way Liverpool they handled in the Liverpool game is consistent with how they handle across any idiot that tries to bring up something like that. I really hope that continues. All right. One person I want to talk to you about is when we talking about new signings. One other person I want to talk to you about is obviously Isak. And everybody, this saga is so long. My God, I've this saga has started since when? Probably like 2 months ago now. Like probably early July.
Honestly, if you ask him, it started much sooner.
Yeah, yeah,
It started longer ago. So
yeah,
yeah, he and it. I
yeah.
guess. Oh, so go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, so the saga is is so drawn out, and I wanted to read something here. This is something. This is a one of the latest posts that he put. I think on Instagram. He put it in his stories, and I think because obviously the PFO awards are going on during this time, and he actually was nominated as part of the PFA Team of the Year along with Van Dijk and Saliba and some of the other folks. And one of the things he because he was supposed to be there physically to receive the award, and he kind of put the statement out on his Instagram to basically explain why he's not there. And I'm just going to read it word for word, and they will kind of react to it. And he basically says, I'm proud to be recognized by my fellow professionals with a place in the PFA Premier League Team of the Season for 2024-2025. First and foremost, I want to thank my teammates and everyone at Newcastle who has supported me along the way. I'm not at the ceremony tonight. With everything going on, I didn't feel right to be there. I've kept quiet. This is important. I've kept
Mm,
quiet for a long time while others have spoken. The silence has allowed people to push out their own versions of events, even though they know it doesn't reflect what was really said and agreed behind closed doors. We wonder what that is. Isak, talk more now. Put more. You have been quiet. It's like the reality is that promises were made and the club has known about my position for a long time. To now act as if these issues are only emerging is misleading. Who's calling who a liar? When promises are broken and trust is lost, the relationship can the relationship can't continue. That's why what did you say? That's why where things are for me right now. That's how sorry. That's that's where things are for me right now, and why change is in the best interest for everyone, not just myself. All right. Mr. Liverpool is obviously affects your club. Everybody knows that he has strong interests, and a lot of rumors have he has strong interest in coming to Liverpool. Fabrizio, Jesus, Fabrizio is reading this my guy's mind every time. He wants Liverpool, only Liverpool, nobody else. How do you react to that? Obviously is post about more of the later part that relates to Liverpool and his decision to leave. How do you react to how he's acting basically so far?
so I have like three different trains of thought going on with this.
Yeah.
So there's the circular one. I'll end with that one.
Okay.
So with Isak, and I'll keep this with Newcastle.
Mhm.
He wanted a new contract last season.
Mm.
They they didn't give him, or they said they weren't going to give him. So he said he will be leaving, like he wants to leave, and they gave him assurances that he'll be able to leave this summer.
Mm.
Then when people came knocking, they put him at 200 valuation. So it's like if you believe he's that valuable
Yeah.
and you want to keep him,
Mhm.
you offer him a bumper contract.
Yeah.
That's usually how it goes.
Hmm.
They didn't want to give him the new contract until other people started expressing interest. It's like
Mm.
when it was only both of us, I wanted the new contract. You said no.
Contract.
It's like it's now that other people want you want to. It's like no, we had that opportunity to discuss,
Mm.
and people will say like, oh, but this is similar to Alexander Arnold. I'm like, no, it's in fact it's the opposite.
Mm.
Liverpool offered Trent 300 grand a week. He's getting 180 at Real Madrid. Think about that for a second. He
Yeah.
left on free. We
Mhm.
offered him more, and he left.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, we're offering the British transfer record for Isak,
Mm.
and giving, and he has already been told. So when these clubs give like these assurances that we're going to do right by you, either by offering a contract
Mhm.
or by letting you like move on,
Mm.
and they go back against it,
Yeah.
it's it's almost like malpractice from the clubs. And the thing
Mm.
is, the clubs never get any of the flack for bad management,
Yeah.
except Manu. Manu, they get that flack, and long may it continue. But clubs like Newcastle, the moment they realized they weren't going to resign him and he had
Mm.
made his feelings known, your next movement needs to you need to start immediately. You're not supposed to be like waiting till middle of June to like. So that's how we got the KTK from them. That's how
Mhm.
Sesko went elsewhere. Like the moment you know he's not coming to you, you start lining up his replacement. Same thing we
Yeah.
did with Frimpong. The moment we knew Trent was going
Transfers.
for sure, started lining him up.
Literally, you bought him as the transfer window opened. Like you've
Yes,
because you've already started conversation. So and you didn't even need to sign him that early because you weren't playing the Club World Cup or anything. Like the reason why they opened the transfer window that early was for teams that are playing in Club World Cup. But you're like, if there's the opportunity to
if
sign
he,
him
if
out
he's
before
if he's
any,
available,
yeah, we'll sign him.
and that's how you avoid a bidding war.
Mm.
If as it draws out, it's like when Arsenal wanted to get Mr. Burglar, the sporting director said, "We're not our price is not coming down. It's
Mm.
not. We didn't come and meet you to say that we want to sell. You said you want to buy.
Mm.
The price is on the board. Either pay or get out of the shop."
Mm.
I say, oh, what if we add? No, this is the price.
Nice.
So once that rapport is already established, like
Mhm.
it's no longer a conversation. You're just filling out the forms. So then
Mm.
this is why I said it's circular. And funny enough, it starts with Liverpool. We sold Ben Doak to Bournemouth.
Mm.
So Bournemouth has didn't they already sell Utara to
So
Brentford? So once Wisa goes to Newcastle, that's who another person that has gotten some reassurances that he'd be able to leave.
yeah, that's true. That
Yeah,
man is doing
yeah,
madness out there, man. He
yeah,
removed everything that has to
everything.
do with Brentford.
But then he's doing the same thing that Isak is doing. It's like you gave me these assurances I'd be able to leave, but
Mm,
then you're making the cost so prohibitive that the place I want to go can't afford me.
mm,
So are you really letting me leave? So Wisa is supposed to go to Newcastle. Newcastle
mm.
like we cannot let Isak go until we get his replacement.
Investment.
But then they were dragging their feet. That's why they lost the Kitike. They lost. So now they're just like, okay, even if we look bad, we can't lose him without getting his replacement because now once he's gone, we're over a barrel because we don't have a number nine.
Yeah.
And two, everybody knows we have 120 million.
Yeah, we gonna
So,
pay up. Even right now, everybody knows they have 120 million plus, at
but then,
least.
but right now, literally, they don't have it yet
Yeah.
because what they can say is they're going to just take the L and put him on the bench
Hmm.
and not do anything with him
Mm.
and find someone. It's not likely, but it's still a possibility.
Yeah.
But the moment he leaves, that no longer is a possibility. They no longer have a number nine, and the price can go up. But this is something they should have finished since June. They should have like all these things like dragging their feet for overprice over. Well, we might still keep him. Actually, we want to keep him and play him with the kitty. It's like that's not how the world works, especially for Newcastle
Mm.
because they have PSR concerns. So they were they were trying to act like they were Liverpool in that we're not going to sell. We can buy and keep going. And it was like, okay, if that's what you if you insist, Okay, do I make we see now, and then look at where we are. So I believe Isak is going to end up on Liverpool.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's possible for him to be on Liverpool before the Newcastle Liverpool match.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
I think so. Also, I definitely agree with you. I think after the Newcastle versus Liverpool game, then they're definitely gonna realize that they have no other option, and the September 1st deadline is gonna be staring them in the face. And I saw them play against Aston Villa. Oh my god, they were Gordon. They were trying to use this false nine thing, and it was horrible, man. They made it so easy for Aston Villa. Even Aston Villa got a red card, which they rightly deserve, and they still couldn't break through their defense. They couldn't even score a goal with playing against 10 men. So it just kind of showed how it's needed for their formation to actually have an actual alternate number nine. And I think one of the things that you mentioned is that I think Newcastle does not understand the food chain, and they need to really understand that in the Premier League there is a pecking order. Whether they believe it or not, there is a pecking order, and you just need to understand that no matter how much Saudi teams buy you, there still is a pecking order. Even in the Premier League, I can say right now, like if any club that Man U, no matter how bad Man U is, any player that Man U calls, he's listening. Look at Sesko. Sesko, Man U finished 15 for crying out loud. Newcastle said, "We will give you more money that Man U is offering you." But he said, "Bro, I understand what the pecking order is. I've watched Premier League my whole life. And not how many times have Newcastle won it? If not in those back days. In recent time, when have Liverpool considered a major team? So they need to understand that, because I feel like if it's because of their lack of understanding, that's why they messed up the Ekitike deal. Because they were trying to act like they were this like big club that, because honestly speaking, if they had acted right, they will have given you Isak way earlier before Eketike, gone for Eketike, got him as the Isak replacement, and then you will probably just be going in for a left winger, probably like the Rodrigos or stuff like that. Like you will have focused on somebody else as like left wing option. But because now they've wasted so much time, every possible opportunity is either being grabbed from their hands, or they're basically having to like go over and above to try and get those incomings. They wasted so much time. And with this revelation from Isak, because players don't just keep quiet when things like this are going on, and he's obviously is acting and not showing up in training. Everything has been out of character for him, because he's never been that person. He never caused any problem prior to this. He's not the one that you find being suspended for not coming up. So for somebody to just go from that kind of player to just from zero to just straight up 100, like the behavior, just I was like, even me, I was like, did they steal this boy? Did they kill somebody in his family? That's the way he's acting. Like I can never. It's like those were the words, at least based on Fabrizio, giving us the
mhm.
inner mindset of Isa. He said, "It will never." It's not. I said, "How is it that bad?" Like Newcastle are not relegated, but like the
but
way he's
but
acting.
look at what Newcastle did to him as well.
Mhm.
Like they had him. So a popular thing is players that the club no longer wants. They have them training with like the under 21s or under 19s, whatever.
Yeah,
So they did that with him. And then there was a period where they had the families come in, families of all the players
yeah,
come
yeah,
in, and they told him, wait until the families leave before you come in.
yeah. Wow. So me,
So
I'm
it's
a
like,
virus now. Abi.
yeah, so it's like you can't reintegrate me into the squad after that now.
No, no, yeah, you can't do that. That's disrespectful.
Yeah, you can't reintegrate, like, you can't do that and then just say, okay, let's put all things away. Like, no, you can't do that. Like, once you cross that line, I'm going to stay over that line, and
Mm,
we operate with that information. So yeah, no, what they did, I don't know how they believe that there's any coming back from it. What they're
yeah,
doing is delaying the inevitable.
yeah, yeah. I definitely agree with you on that. All right, let's take a look at the next on our agenda. Still sticking on the PFA awards. Obviously, as everybody knows now, just recently, probably about 30 minutes ago or so, Salah wins the PFA Player of the Year. Well deserved. Oh, for the third, this man showing us the third time. Okay, third for the third time. For the third time, and it's definitely well deserved. I have no objections. He absolutely smashed it last season in both goals and assists. He just became. I was like, you're growing older. Are you getting older? But this man doesn't understand, and he's so fit. Like he's is the way he takes care of his body and the way he keeps himself. He's never injured. He's rarely injured. I can't remember how many times he's been injured. He plays AFCON, comes back from AFCON, jumps right into the Liverpool team and just starts from where he left off. And I'm like, your brother man, African man, they are getting injured left and right. People are on hospital beds, but you are saying you are made of different breed. But it definitely deserves it. The question I wanted to ask you about Salah is, given you said it's definitely Golden Boot winner, most assist in the league last season, now won the PFA Player of the Year. Now looking back at Salah's like career in the Premier League since coming to Liverpool, where do you rank him as one of when we look at when we talk about the best players in the Premier League? Where do you rank him? Where do you rank? Because I've heard some ludicrous like conversations of people that they're like Salah versus this person. I wanted to get from you. You're a Liverpool fan. I know when you give opinions and about or reactions, you give a well balanced view of your thinking about the game of football. But wanted to get your thought. Where do you rank him all time as of when you talk about the best players in the Premier League?
So you might think this is ludicrous,
Okay,
but I have him as the best Premier League winger ever. And
I winger
it
winger.
could,
Yeah. Okay,
so
yeah,
so for
yeah,
me, it's either him or Henry.
yeah.
That's the way I see it. And
But I classify Henry more as as a striker. I know he played winger, but I would put Henry as like a that finish number nine. That's where I would put him as when I
okay,
look at
that's
Henry.
that's fair. But then they played more 4-4-2 back then as well.
Yeah,
So
that's
like
true.
that's why like he wasn't like a solo forward up front.
Yeah,
That's
it
that's what
wasn't.
I
Yeah,
think.
it wasn't
Yeah,
like a solo for. Yes.
yeah. So I have him as the greatest winger in Premier League history.
Okay.
Uh, so let's put it this way: he has more assists than Beckham,
Hmm.
more goals than Henry.
Hmm.
Like, do I need to say any more than that? And that's more non-penalty goals as well.
So you're saying you take him over Henry.
I oh personally yes,
Okay.
and that's no slight sorry because like if Salah never existed, I think Henry would like if I wasn't a Liverpool fan, Henry would be my favorite player
Hmm.
in Premier. But I'm a Liverpool fan.
Hmm.
Uh, the thing that some people might push back on is team accolades.
Hmm.
And again, I say Henry never won the Champions League with Arsenal.
Yeah.
By default, that means he never won the Super Cup, European Super Cup.
Mm.
By default, means he never won Club World Cup. Salah has completed football in England
Mhm.
already. So I like personally in terms of like what this is ninth season.
Yeah.
Like I'm not sure if Henry stayed that long with Arsenal. He
Mhm.
might have, but
I think it
like
might have.
again, Barcelona came calling.
Mhm.
What you mentioned about the pecking order, like these things they're all connected. But for me, yeah, definitely number one winger. Uh, three-time PFA Player of the Year. No player has done it more times.
Mm.
Like let's put that into consideration. Not Henry, not De Bruyne, not Gerrard, not Rooney. You keep going down the line. None of them have done more than this. So when you consider like stats, productivity, he has it.
Mm.
Personal accolades, he has it. Team accolades, he has it. Now it's only the Ferguson Man U players that might have more team accolades,
Yeah.
or the Pep uh, City players.
Mhm.
But you rarely get a combination of the individual and the team. So that's comfortably, I can say, best winger.
Okay. Okay. For me, when I look at him, I right now my ranking is I'll put him second, but I still have
Second
him.
winger or
just
Oh,
player, just general
okay,
player.
okay.
General player. So I put Henri first because I hear you about the accolades, but when you talk about who somebody who is just sensational in every department, dribbling, finishing, like being that I will go and pay. If I go and pay money and be in debt to watch on replay, how to be watch on replay. That's how magical like it is, and like I saw on replay as a child, and look, if VR existed back when Ori was playing, he's bagging more goals. He's just bagging more goals because the things that he used to do to defenders, defenders had literally will be like, Jesus, I have to
Mm,
play this guy the whole
mm.
game. So just that that stature, that person who he is as Henri, I definitely, and you know me, me and Arsenal fans, we don't relate. But I respect the player in who Henri is, and I'll say he's definitely up there. And then I'll probably have Salah because Salah has, like you said, he has won it all. He has done the unimaginable. Like, and he's showing that it's not even slowing down. That's one of the things why I'll put him second because, like you said, he's going into his ninth season. I actually checked. Henri was spent 8 seasons in the Premier League before he left for Barcelona. So Salah is actually bypassing him in regards to numbers. So Salah is going to his ninth season with Liverpool, and that's he still won't play with Chelsea. So we're not even going to
Mhm.
talk about his Chelsea. So he's actually played more than Henri when you talk about seasons, but just generally, I think for me, Henri then in, but obviously, like you said, best winger. I agree with you. Best winger in the Premier League. Player wise, when you talk about just the overall and overall package, I think I'll still put Henri over him. But obviously, there's still more time for him to convince me otherwise. If it doesn't
So
matter, let's
who
take
would
him.
be third then? After Henri Salah, then who for you?
Third, I don't know. I like Giggs. So
Really?
yeah, I like Giggs. Ryan Giggs.
Okay.
I
Okay.
like Ryan Giggs. Ryan
Okay.
Giggs was just unplayable on his day. Unplayable on his day. That area guy, he was crazy. So I think for me, I think Henri, Salah, Geeks, and then obviously then I'll start putting my boys Lampard. I'll put them in the mix. I put Gerard in the mix also when we talk about my all-time best player. But I think that's kind of where I'm looking right now.
Okay.
All right, all right, all right. Now that we've talked about that, let's talk about Liverpool. Still on the matter of Liverpool, why do you think you need to strengthen? Obviously, we think I think it's probably 90% or 95% right now that Isak is coming to Liverpool. So let's take away the striker. What other areas do you think you need to strengthen for you to really have that title charge, the title charge that we're thinking about this season? Like going back to back. What else do you think you need for you to really solidify? Like, I think with this squad we can go back to back.
I I believe like the only place where we're thin is on the wings. And
Mm,
I'll say in terms of Salah is in his ninth year.
yeah,
You can't count on that availability, even though he has given us no reason to doubt it.
yeah.
You can't count on that availability day in, day out.
Mm,
Or what if Gakpo goes down?
mm,
So like that left wing, like Diaz moved on. It was more money for him. Nobody he left with our praise and our thanks.
yeah.
So like nobody is beefing him for leaving at all.
Hmm.
But on the wings, like it's like see who came on. It was Chiesa that came on when we
Yeah.
needed a forward. And after him is Rio, again, that we got
Oh,
from Chelsea.
yeah.
Thanks for that. But during preseason, he showed that he might be ready for it. But again, preseason is different from Premier League. So that's the only place that I can see an obvious step up
Hmm.
where like you get that and then I'll be comfortable.
Hmm.
Because again, Salah is going to be gone for AFCON. That's a minimum, or I don't know if it's a minimum or maximum of 6 Premier League matches that he'll miss.
Mm, yeah, yeah, yeah.
So that's what 20% of the season.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well,
So like yeah.
I
So
think so.
yeah. So now there's also talk that words could play out on the wing, but then that's taking him out of the 10 role. So
Yeah,
you're weakening one to cover
to
up, and then
cover
one.
up another.
So it's like that cascading thing of now you're not as good there, then you're not as good here, and then you're not. So lucky, like, but for 110, you better be able to play more than one position. I mean, you better, the
You
only
must
thing,
learn,
I
oh,
mean,
you will learn, my brother.
yes. So I can see that happening, but
Mm,
I also don't want breaking the bank, like breaking the bank in order to do so. I
mm,
don't understand paying more for a Diaz replacement than you got for Diaz.
mm.
So that wouldn't make any sense to me.
Yeah,
Now, Gakpo, we realized last season we were playing him as a nine, and like no, play him out wide,
yeah,
let him cut in onto his right, and
right.
and he had his best season. So like there's still that, but you need someone to be pushing him the way Diaz was pushing him last
Mm,
season,
yeah.
and I believe like yeah, and some centre back cover.
I was just about to ask that. I
Yeah,
was like,
I mean we signed Gio Leo now, so that like there's
he's 18 though.
yeah, but you haven't seen the picture of him dragging Lukaku shirt
I
like he
it.
was in the
I've
market.
seen it.
Like
But
it's
you know that there's when you come from Syria to the Premier League, there's a Premier League tax with Syria players. And if you look at historically, every player that has come from Syria to the Premier League, there's this questionable. This boy is too young, so that means it can be
yes,
molded, it can
yes,
be
yes.
taught.
That's
So
what I was gonna say. Like
so that's why I
there's
said that he still has a lot. He still has a lot to learn. The speed of Premier League, people do not account for that. Because like that's why when you see Lukaku goes from here, he goes from Premier League to Serie A and he start balling that. They're like, oh, best player. Let him come back to his homeland, and they will show him that Tarkowski is not his mate. Ben
but
Mee is not
but
his mate.
Gio showed him that he's not his mate in Italy too now.
That one is already showing that look, you are old, my brother. You are getting old. But I definitely see the talent in him. I just think that he needs time to develop. So you can't. I think there's conversations about you going for Gay. It's just Crystal Palace are playing hardball. I don't understand. He has 1 year left. You either sell him now, or he goes for free. But you say you want to sell him, but you don't want to pay. You don't want to take the money that we have. Like
It's
why
the
are people
same. It's
clubs
the
acting
same
like
thing.
this?
It's the same thing with all these clubs. It you've decided that you're going to sell someone,
Mhm.
or the player wants to leave, and you say, oh, we're on board with you leaving, but we set this ridiculous price that the buyer doesn't want to meet, and then you're like, oh well, we tried. We said we're like no, like that's you're not doing it in good faith. So, but yeah, Gay, for instance, now Gay will be like I wouldn't even need a winger for Gay because we've had so many instances in the last 3 seasons where we're starting midfielders in our defense. Like it's even during preseason, we
Mm,
had to start Robertson and Endo, a
yeah,
left back and a centre. Like think about that. So
that
once and Konate, he's having his own contract thing. Liverpool have offered him multiple contracts. There's talk that he might end up going to Madrid on the free, and it's like, oh boy, here we go again.
yeah.
So like
Madrid don't
getting,
even they don't want to leave you people alone. Oh. I don't know what their obsession with Liverpool players.
but yeah. So I think if we can get Gay, I wouldn't even need the winger.
Mm,
But with the winger, I would feel more confident because we already have Giolio.
okay.
So even if it's with the Serie A tax,
Mm,
he's going to be with Van Dijk. Van Dijk
yeah,
has been playing so long that
yeah,
that's his hero. Imagine.
yeah, yeah.
So like,
So
and he has similar
he's gonna
frame,
learn
six
quick.
four, 6'5". Yeah. So yeah,
All right. Okay. Okay. Then lastly, I just wanted to get you. What are your if you were going to give yourself like a score of your likelihood of winning the Premier League? Where do you feel you are right now, percentage wise? To when we
I
look at
I
100.
I don't I don't think it's wise to go about 25% with any team.
Wow.
I don't think it's wise to go about because all it takes is one injury, one ACL,
Mm,
like what happened with Rodri, and
that's
then Salah goes all the way to the final of AFCON. Then he's out for 8 matches.
yeah. Yeah, that is true. That is
that
true.
that's literally all it takes.
Wow.
Yeah.
I was
And
surprised. I was expecting a higher number. I was thinking like
no,
maybe
no,
like 60 or something. You're like, hey, give him more than 25. Wow.
I've had Liverpool where we have Henderson and Fabinho playing centre back. Okay, I've seen
Yeah, I've seen
where
it
we
all.
sign Ozan Kabak to come and play. That his like the fact that he came to Liverpool, his club was celebrating because they got money for him. Think about that. The club celebrated. They
Like,
took good care of him.
come on.
Yeah, like we've been to Nat Phillips that doesn't even play for America was playing for us. They, I've seen some things, so I realize how quickly it can change.
Mm.
But I'm more confident going into this season than I was going into last season. And look
Yeah,
at what
yeah,
happened
yeah,
last
yeah.
season.
That last season, man. How you won that Premier League with the squad that you had unchanged. And I feel like you were literally putting the same squad game in game out. You probably changed like one or two, but it was like same squad, and like you guys were no injury, no crazy like hamstring. Like you, everybody was just like knuckle wood. Let's just.
We no, but we lost Trent for a bit.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
We lost Trent for a bit, but
Okay.
his head was also gone at that
Yeah,
point.
his
So
head was gone, and then you had Bradley.
yeah, so Conor Bradley is also. I mean, he's injured right now too.
Yeah,
So like, it's already
that
starting.
right wing is looking tight too.
Yeah,
That's interesting. That's interesting. I didn't, that's why it's good to talk about this because I didn't think about all these things because whenever people are thinking about like title chase and things like people don't always think about like injury. They're like, maybe one or two injuries, but like if one of your pivotal players gets injured, your season can go from title challenges to you are battling top six.
yeah.
Wow.
And then
Because I remember the
with a
Van
full
Dijk.
schedule too now.
I remember the
Hmm.
Van Dijk hit where you were like everybody was like Liverpool is going to they're going to go head to head with Man City, and Van Dijk gets injured, and literally you guys were just like, please God, let this season end. Let this season end. We just want top four. That's all we want. You guys went all. I think you got like third at the end of the day, but
Third,
like
yeah, yeah.
it was crazy that season.
Yes, no.
Mm. That's interesting. Very quickly, I wanted to make this short, but is the video or conversation with us ever short? So let's take it all the way. All right. So in the next 15 minutes, we'll just try to quickly round this up. One of the things I want to talk about is the Man U versus Arsenal game. Just quick thoughts about the game. How do you feel the game went? Obviously, you are watching us. It doesn't matter who wins. I enjoy at the end of the day. So how did you feel the game went? And your reactions to it?
I think the only way that game could have been better is if both teams lost.
Mm.
But
I get what
that's, that's the only way it could have been better.
Mm.
But uh, Arsenal, they showed themselves to be toothless.
Yeah, I
Uh,
agree.
set piece merchants. It's
I'm waiting for that
it's
thing. I refuse to speak. You see that I've been dropping banter for this. I refuse to speak. This is not the time for me to speak. Oh. Some people say they need 10 games for Mr. Boglerman, Gokeres, Batman's Ben Reborn. No problem. I don't want to speak now, but continue. Just want to put that
10.
out there.
Maybe 10 matches for him. His mates
That's
like
what
KPK has already scored.
I said that's what was it
Hmm.
Robbie Lee on AFTV. He said we need 10 matches for him to adjust. It's after 10 matches we'll know. I said no
A third of the
problem.
season. A third of the season. That's what he's waiting for.
We are waiting for the downfall.
Okay.
I'm watching that man with Timberlands dancing out there.
I so watching that match, it's so there's a reason why Arsenal they don't concede many transition goals. It's because they they operate as if they operate as if their scoring match is based on possession.
Mm,
Their scoring match is based on where you possess the ball. Like and like entertainment be damned.
yeah,
And I feel like that's a very frustrating brand of football to be watching in this day and age.
yeah.
It's very similar to Mourinho ball back in 0305. But that was, again, like I said, 0305, that's 20 years ago. And I have to give them credit for buying the striker that everybody has said they needed for the last 2 years.
Uh,
They finally did it. So you have to give them some credit for that. For that match, I would have hated to watch it as a fan of either team. I would have like that's what makes a successful hate watch.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I know one fan base is going to be frustrated,
Mm-hmm.
and there's a chance for two.
Mm. Buy one get one
And
free.
yes, exactly. Buy one get one free. You didn't even want the second one, but you know what? I'm going to keep it, and I'm not even going to take it out of the wrapper.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to take it and look at it, and that's what that game it offered the possibility of that. I think I would have been more upset if Manu won
Oh yeah. Yeah.
because they would swear that they're back. They
And
would
they
swear
did, they
back.
outplayed Arsenal so bad. Like Arsenal were they were holding on to a tight rope. They were like, please let these people not sco- let all our efforts not be in vain. And if Man U had won that game, will not the piece that we are seeing now will not be hearing it. Oh. They will
No,
be shouting that they are coming for the Premier League. I bet you. Even after they signed Sesco, man, men were mounting now. They said three new attackers. Premier League is not ready. I said, okay. Hmm. I'm waiting. Hmm.
wait before you move on. You
Hmm.
just mentioned signing three new attackers.
Hmm.
So I saw a stat that says since 2013, 2014, just forwards, oh, only
Mhm.
forwards, that Manu has spent 760 million on just forwards. So that means after Alex Ferguson left,
Mhm. Damn.
it's Alex Ferguson, 760 million on just forwards.
Wow.
And
And
the
everything. Yeah, go
go
ahead.
ahead.
I
Yeah,
think you're
like the
good.
person with the most goals out of all those signed forwards
Mhm.
is Martial.
Nah, you're lying.
These are now this obviously is not counting the ones who came up through their system.
Mhm.
But if you consider Martial, Lukaku, Ronaldo on his second stint,
Martial
Ivanovic,
has the most
Hoyland,
goals. I was thinking
Cavani, Sancho,
Lukaku probably.
Ahmad, Anthony, Falcao, Xerxes, Alexis Sanchez, Di Maria, Depay. Yes,
Yeah, that's wow. I think that literally what you just said was what I was going to say about the goals, the number of goals, because I heard the commentator saying, I'm like, that can't be true. The number of goals they
yes.
were saying. And when you said Martial, I'm like, Martial? Yo. God. All right, let's in fact, when we are still on this forward conversation, I wanted to
Mhm.
talk about Gyökeres Visescu. Let me first go into let me go into Jokeres a little bit. Jokeres, what do you think about his performance? Do you think that is this sauce or he just needs time to adjust to the team that he's playing with?
So I can't say that Vert needs time to adjust and then say him he sells off of one performance. No, like new league,
Yeah, okay.
step up in weight class.
Mm,
There's going to be there's need for adjustment no matter what.
mm.
It's very rare that they just drop you in
Oh,
and it's immediate spice.
only that nonsense robot, that Haaland, that freak of nature.
Like, again, like is he's a cyborg. That's the best way. Is human flesh on a robot. That's the best way to.
Honestly, bro.
Yeah,
Honestly.
no. But yeah, like for him, and there's something to be said about coming from the Portuguese league as a forward.
Mm.
And as a Liverpool fan, we had our own
Oh yeah.
alliance with
Nunes.
that with Nunes. Even after we got him because he scored two goals against us. That's literally all it took. It was that simple.
How boy
Uh,
gets him is good.
yes, now. And then you see what week in week out in the Prem wasn't necessarily his thing.
Mm.
So the same way we're saying forwards or defenders, you have to realize you don't have enough time. Forwards also realize they don't have enough time as
Yeah.
well. So all those double touches he's taking, setting up three steps to wind up, and then you're not getting that here.
Bro,
Yeah,
man was out here trying to do a turn and spin. I'm like, hey, see how Delete was having enjoying breakfast with him. Delete was like, who are you going to spin? Bro, you ain't spinning me. Move. Touch the ball on the ground. He was looking to the ref. I'm like, brother, you are in the
mm-hmm,
Premier League now. Wake up.
mm-hmm,
Wake up. There's nobody out here that's going to be giving you don't have that space. And I think one of the things, like you say, even when we talk about adjustment, I think Arsenal needs to adjust to his style of playing. Because there's so many times Saka has the ball. Saka would cut in. And you know, Saka's traditional left. Sometimes Saka needs to dummy that, like he's trying to shoot, and just play a transitional ball into him, like just play into his part. Like for example, look at Kopama during the PSG final. Like
Oh,
everybody was like, this guy's going to shoot again, shoot again. Before you know it, Jao Pedro just peeled off. Easy ball right there to his part. Him one on one with keeper. And then as a striker, you do your job. But Saka is always used to, like, I think he's used to carrying the team. So he needs to understand that there's somebody to share the burden with him, and he doesn't have to do it by himself. So I think, like you said, rightfully so, he needs time to adjust. The team also needs to adjust to him. Just like with Man City, when Alan came to Man City, every time Foden was just trying to score, like, guy,
mm,
you don't have to do everything too much. Pass, literally, I saw one point. Pass to Haaland, you know one pass. So the guy, he
mm.
still went ahead. Haaland was so frustrated that game. He was like, bro, I'm right here, and you're still trying to do too much. So I think the team needs to adjust to him. Who do you think will score more goals, him or Sesko?
Oh no, him. Gyökeres,
Mm,
definitely. Gyökeres.
mm,
Because it's it's one of those things where watching Arsenal for the last 2 years, you're
mm,
like, all they need to do is put someone competent in those positions.
mm.
It's like he's getting the minutes of so many players that were just like they had Merino playing as a nine last
Yeah,
season.
that's true.
Like,
And he still bad goals.
yeah. So it's like put like a real sniper up front,
Mm.
adjustment or not. Like Sesko, he has I feel like he has too much competition for spot up front.
Yeah, Konya and Bournemouth are going to be they're going
Yeah,
to shake those with him.
yeah. I also feel like I just don't want good things to happen to Manu. I'm sorry. So,
And then
so
through man, he said,
yeah,
you can't have fun too much.
yeah.
Like,
I'm
how
sorry.
are we succeeding?
No, not even in a hypothetical. I can't even go for that. So yeah. So
uh, All right. And I think the last things that I have on my this thing here on my agenda here is just I'm gonna skip the quickly about Chelsea. Obviously, first game was not impressive. Um, obviously, I saw that you responded back to my what does Chelsea need to do to win the title? Things that Chelsea need to do to win the title. You responded like I'm taking notes. What do you think about Chelsea's title challenging hopes this season? Do you think it's achievable, or do you feel like we still need at least one more season under our belt before we can start having those conversations?
me
Mm,
personally,
mm.
if my club spent 150 million in
Kai,
one transfer window
rest with this
and
money.
got shut out,
Money is spending.
personally,
Money is there now.
personally,
Mm,
I'll be disappointed if my
mm,
club spent 150 million and
mm,
couldn't score one goal.
mm.
That's just me.
Yeah, okay.
That's just the way me I see it too.
Yeah, we have it. Where do you see
That's
yours?
just the way me I see it too.
But I've seen what you are
And
saying.
that's why playing with two midfielders that cost over 100 million.
But the midfielders are midfield now. Now you cannot say that they are not midfield.
Yeah. So I did ones that will get the ball up front.
They
You
are.
played with your Cole Palmer too now and your João Pedro. They were all there now.
Mm. Yeah,
So what?
honestly speaking, I think one of the things that I didn't, I've somebody told me this, Spike. I was like, man, that don't matter, man. They are going to get affected by the Club World Cup.
Oh,
You
absolutely.
they are going to get affected by the Club World
You
Cup.
already don't you already have someone down with the ACL already?
Tosin was supposed to play that game instead of Achipong. He got injured. Cole is already out for the season, um,
Mm-hmm.
and I could see that the build up during that game was. I watched the highlights obviously, but the build up during it was so slow. Everybody was just moving in like times two speed. They didn't have enough preseason as the rest of the, but still not an excuse. I still expect them at least in the bare minimum, even if you win the game 1-0, with the like you said, with how much we have invested in that team, how much we spent, the acquisition that we brought in, we should be winning that game, if not comfortably, but at least win it by all cost.
Mm-hmm.
And they definitely they didn't step up to the plate. So many people were hiding. Enzo was poor. Talking about midfielders, Enzo was poor that game. His touches were wild. His crosses were not there. He wasn't finding open spaces. They nullified Joao Pedro very easily. The only shining light in that game was Achepong played very impressively well, handled Mateta well, didn't give him a breathing chance. I think he only had one shot, like one chance on goal. And then Estavio showed promising signs. Man, that boy, that
Now
if
that
he's starting that next game, me and Maresca needs to start. I need to start sending him tweets. Like, do you not see what this guy is doing? You brought him in for 15 minutes. He's out here mashing up Mitchell and Gay, mixing them up together. Like, it just shows that the guy is not scared. Initially, I was like, Maresca was like, "Oh, we need to slowly introduce him into the game." But I was like, "This boy looks like somebody that they are. He's like he's on a mission.
mhm.
He doesn't look a face guy, and he's so skinny. I'm like, bro, you are in Premier League. You have to calm down." My brother is like, "I've been in Brazil. What are you talking about? I've been out here. People are mashing my leg. That they give me 3 months injury. I still come back. I still dribble their uncle. You are telling me that I should calm down." So the guy really shows that he's hungry. And I was like, maybe start him, but don't give him a full 90 minutes. Take him off after halftime. But if he has something to offer, when it comes to wing action, especially when he's playing him and Kopama, they like gel. They don't speak the same language because he's still learning English, but somehow telepathically they need to understand each other. And I feel like Kopama probably exhausted all his energy in that first half. And when Estavio came, it's like, brother, I've been picking passes out here, but let me still try. So Club World Cup is going to affect them. Like you said, rightfully so, with the amount spent, obviously there's high expectations, and that's kind of what when the video that I made. That is why my expectations are so like they're so big because you cannot beat PSG now and they'll be telling me that I should manage top four, and that we are still building. We are not Arsenal now. We cannot be managing. You have
Mm.
to have high expectations. Whether you not you reach them or how closely you get to those goals will be reviewed at the end of the season. But we cannot say that we are look at 1.5 billion and probably more. And you are saying we'll manage top four, we'll manage one cup. No, you are going to win something, win a major, win a trophy for us. You can't come back empty-handed. We are not Ateta out here. Oh. We are not in phases. Phase one, you have already watched this thing. You have opened our eyes. If you just did the um, conference league trophy and top four, we'll say okay, go find the Champions League. But you went ahead and go and flog the reigning champions of the Champions League winners, beat them comfortably, outclass them, and then you come and tell me that I should unseat. I can't unseat it, my brother. You are my chest is high. My chest is above it's above this laptop as you are talking. Like
Mm.
we are here speaking rough to Man U fans, Arsenal fans, Liverpool fans. And you want me to tone? I can't tone down, brother. So you have to carry on you have opened our eyes, so you can't unsee it. It's like somebody, when you give a little kid candy, and then you're not telling the kid calm down. We can't calm down. Oh. The
No,
sugar
it's too
is
late.
already in us. We are sugar
It's too late.
high. It's too
Uh-huh.
late. So that's kind of where I feel right now. So I think rightfully said, with the money spent, expectations are high. We should be in the conversations for a title challenge. Whether or not we win it or not is to be seen. I'm definitely excited about our news, and it's one team that nobody's talking about when it comes to title challenges. Is everybody seems to be forgetting about Man City, and there are people are like, because I've seen Sky Sport, everybody they're like, oh, Man City, yeah, they're top four. Everybody's saying top four for Man City. I'm like, do you not realize the people that Pep signed?
Mm.
And they quickly reminded us in the Wolves game that
Mhm.
we these people that we signed are not they're not duds. Oh. Reinders out here showing us I can do De Bruyne things. See the ridiculous pass that he gave to Oscar Bob that led to the Haaland goal. I was like, Jesus. I said, Pep, where did you find this boy from? And the boy has been doing it. I've seen him in Champions League playing for AC Milan, but doing it at that kind of Pep system. And Pep is even buying players that are like, that's not a Pep player. He bought Chucky. Who buys Chucky? It's not Chucky is not he won't run back. Chucky wants to play stylish. Chucky doesn't like to play in a systematic tiki. This is how I want to no. Chucky is such a wild card, and Pep still went ahead and got him. So let me know what your thoughts about Man City are, because like you said, you have been scarred a lot by Man City, but I wanted to get your thoughts about like where you how you're seeing them this season.
So I there was a stat that I found last season
Mm.
that said like So the streak ended last season,
Yeah.
where between January 1st and June 1st
Mm.
for the previous 3 seasons, I think Man City had lost a total of 3 Premier League games.
Ooh.
I don't mean in one season, no. I mean
Altogether.
in those altogether. Something wild like that. Like obviously
Eh,
there's some draws, but like
to
to
lose.
to lose. So
Damn.
when you consider like that kind of like it's droning excellence. It's just it's in inevitability. Like I don't like I really can't explain what happened to them last year because I can't believe that just Rodri going out and then the wheels fall off.
Mhm.
And obviously Haaland missed some time, but by that point they were already an afterthought.
Mhm.
But last season, just in their winter transfer, like look at they brought in Marmoush.
Mm.
They after bringing in Savinho before that, then they signed Turkey. Then you are not telling me they are now signing who else did it?
They
Like
saw Reinders. They saw
yeah,
Ainori.
yeah, they signed, like Turkey and I know were people that Liverpool had on their radar.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, so it's like, and then that's while already having Doku and Oscar Bob on like where are all of them supposed to play? But then that's what you need in
Yeah.
order to be a juggernaut. You
Yeah.
need that once one person goes down,
You,
like you
you,
just it's just plug and play. You don't there's no drop off, and that's why I said Liverpool needs another winger so
mm,
that you're not dropping from Gakpo to an academy player or to
yeah.
Chiesa who seems to also be facing that Italian tax of getting bumped off. Although last like against Bournemouth, he did what he needed to do and he scored.
Mm,
So, but yeah, City as long as they're mathematically eligible, I'd never count them out.
yeah. That's true.
Yeah,
That's true.
like yeah, I mean, this is what happens when you finish second to them by 1 point on 2 different occasions. Yeah.
Uh,
So no, when you have what was it, 97 points, and we still finish second.
yeah, that was wild. That's a wild season.
So no, anyone who considers City done for, they are doing that at your own peril.
Mm. All right. Lastly, to conclude the show, give me your top six for this season in order.
Uh, Liverpool 1,
Okay.
City 2,
Mm,
Arsenal 3,
mm,
Chelsea 4, United 5,
mm,
and Forest 6.
Okay. 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 Yeah. Yeah. That's a good call. Good call. Um, my top six. I like that. I like that. My top six. I'll say. Honestly speaking, Liverpool first.
Uh-huh.
Liverpool first. Man City second. Uh, Chelsea third. Arsenal fourth. I think Tottenham fifth, and
Hmm.
then Man U sixth. I just think with Tottenham signing Eze, it makes their front line scary. And I've seen what Kudus can do.
Hmm.
You now give Kudus somebody that will help him. That means everything is not on his shoulders. And Eze is Eze. They now have a good DM in Paulina. Their defensive line is strong. Romero resigned. Van der Ven, hopefully, if he stays fit. If not, they have a cover for him. And then their fullbacks. You have Jet Spence. You have what Romero. Not Romero. What's his name? The right back.
Udogi?
No, Doggy. The other one. I forgot his name. It's not Romero, but I forgot his name. But the right back is Spanish. He came from Porto, I think. But yeah, that team, I think my problem with Manu is their their midfield is shambles. I
Oh,
know
you're talking about Pedro Porro.
Oh, Pedro Porro, there we go. Pedro Porro. So I think Tottenham fifth and then Manu sixth. If they don't take chance, I think I'll still pit right now. As of right now, I think Nottingham Forest are ahead of them in top six rate. Man, you probably be seventh. But if Man U does sign a serious midfielder, maybe they do have that top six shout. But I think right now that their midfield is shambles, man. Any good team will play through their midfield because those two people they can't play that two that he wants to
Mm.
play. And they were shouting, "I'm a believer," but Brighton said, "Shift. If you don't have 100 million, don't come to the table. If you don't have 100 million, don't come to the table." We have been me as a Brighton customer, we have been burned too many times. So these people are here. If they wanted to sign Baleba, they should have gone for Baleba first before go and buying Sesco. People that don't you know what? Is that's AJ. Me and AJ, we have conversation to have. Because when they were shouting, we need striker. I'm like, Wisa is there begging for anybody that can buy him. Watkins is there. You can use him. He's still a striker. Jackson is there. If you want to buy him. Is he not a striker? But you said no. Sesko. Sesko will help you out now. Shebi
Yeah.
Sesko will play midfield. Lose Sesko to play midfield, and we'll see what happens. Anyway, thank you so much, Toju, for being here. Guys, like, subscribe. This was supposed to be a 45 minutes video. It has turned into a 1 hour, 10 minutes video. So like and subscribe because we have had some good conversations here. Follow our individual channels. They're gonna be in the description below. Told you anything coming up that we should be excited for for the World
Ab-
Archer podcast.
Absolutely, absolutely. We're doing something brand new. It's like a fantasy draft, but the focus is on black movies.
Oh,
So each week we're gonna have a different category. We just recorded the first episode. It should
mm,
be out by the end of this week.
mm.
It's just something fun. It's just uh, and the thing about it is, in order to determine a winner, we don't do it. The audience does.
Oh wow, I
So
love that.
yeah,
I love that.
yeah.
I
So
love
you just
that.
go in comments, go to our social media at the Well Actually Pod, and you just vote for whoever you think won. It's very it's we're not taking ourselves too seriously. We're just trying to have some fun with black movies, and you can. It's also nostalgia in some parts where you can
Mm.
understand just the fun characters, the fun actors, the fun movies, and we hope you guys will enjoy it.
Awesome, awesome. I'm excited for that. I'm gonna be tuned in for that. I'm waiting for the first episode then. Guys, like you say, if you haven't checked it out, he's done a lot when it comes to black movies. And I think the last one that you dropped was the Well Actual podcast. That's what did you call it again? The one at
Swap
the
at the movies.
WAP at the movies. So the World Cup of at the movies. So that's what that means. But guys, go check it out. If you've not checked it out, go watch that first, and then come back and then come and now catch up with the uh this new view or perspective of how you should like kind of view black movies. I love that. I love that you encourage that. I love that you have things in a different light. And some of these movies, I'm like, man, it's been a while I've seen that. And sometimes you just want to make you go rewatch those movies and really enjoy black excellence. So guys, go watch it out, check it out, and we'll catch you out later. And again, like I told you before this call, we want to do this much more often. So you're definitely going to be seeing more of Toju in this show, in this weekly drops. But watch out, we're going to have a new content coming out for you. So guys, stay tuned. Turn on your notification bell for both channels because we're not relaxing. No. Summer is over. Everybody's back from vacation.
Yes. So
Now it's time for you to just be subscribing, be catching up on content, and we're gonna be dropping it for you. All right, stay tuned, guys. Again, catch you all next time. Peace.